Good Monday morning, start of the week, everybody. This is Deep Recruiting. We're here for another fabulous, fun, thrill packed, ever exciting episode to help you become a better recruiter. Today, we're going to continue our focus on controlling candidate, how to manage an interview, how to go through that entire process. Now, last week, we focused exclusively on frame control. This week, we're going to kind of extend a little bit about that or extend on frame control and how to manage it when you're dealing with somebody who's actually trying to take control away from you. Now, one of the key ways to control your candidate is for you to appear to be in total control of yourself. The easiest way to do it, the only way I know to really do this, is for you to seem slow and controlled. Slow and controlled in your speech pattern, slow and controlled in your physical movements, slow and controlled in your eye contact. They need to feel that you're confident and in charge inside your own skin. You're not panicking. You're not going around like this all the time, acting all wild and crazy. That's going to make them feel comfortable and confident in you. And that's going to allow them to give you the level of control that you need. Rightly or wrongly, you have to appear as if you're in control of your entire life. They need to feel that from you. They need to see that from you. They need to get that vibe off of you. Now, a candidate is going to follow you if you're an obvious leader, if you're a leader of other people, if people gravitate towards you. They're looking for that. Not because you're a top producer. You may be the top producer in your particular company. You may be a top producer in the entire nation. But it's that self-centered control, that internal guts that makes you entitled, like you are deserving of their trust. They owe you their trust. Again, they have to feel this from you. But even when they do, and especially when they don't, they're going to attempt to challenge your qualifications as a professional. Now, there's no way you've been recruiting for any length of time, any significant length of time, and you haven't had your authority and your control challenged as a professional. So what I'm going to do for the remainder of today, I'm going to cover 7 attempts that the candidate might make to wrest control away from you and how to manage each specific situation. So get your pen and paper out, get ready to go. We're starting. Number 1, I want you to reply with an exaggeration. For example, the candidate may ask you, hey, how long have you actually been recruiting? You should be ridiculous in your exaggeration. Oh my God, so long. So long that I'm about to set a world record for how long somebody's been recruiting. It should be absurd, even if you've only been recruiting for 6 months. That's the type of response you should say. Make it sound funny, make it sound lighthearted. It's going to take it off the table. It's not going to allow them to get that control from you. Or you might have a candidate say, well, you're just the recruiter. And I know you've heard this one. Your response to that should be very simple. Yeah, you're right. I'm just the guy they hired to deliver what they want. Now, that's going to make them stop and think about who you are, where you are in the process. I like to say, yeah, I'm just the guy they're going to pay a lot of money to make sure they only see the best and the top quality. You'll actually, if it's on the phone, you'll actually hear them sit up straight because you're letting them know you're in charge of this process. And if they don't like it, it's going to be too bad for them. Number 2, you can simply ignore what they said. By not acknowledging what they said and changing the subject, that is total frame control. Try this one. It may seem a little awkward at first, like, well, how do I ignore this elephant in the room? Just do it. The bigger the elephant, the more I want you to ignore it, because by ignoring it, it's going to give you the skill set to continue in the future. You may stumble a few times, you may trip a few times, you may feel awkward, but the bigger that elephant is, the more you ignore it, the easier this is going to become and the better frame control you're going to have in the process. Number 3, I want you to reframe the question. Reframe the question. I want you to flip the script, as they say, and make it about them. It starts with you by you responding with, the better question is. Use humor if your instincts tell you it's okay to be funny here. It's okay to kid around and joke. Here's an example. The candidate might say, why is this position open? You respond with, the better question is, why is this company growing so fast? And what are we going to do to get you on the team? That puts the candidate in a position where they have to justify or explain themselves to you, which puts you back in the driver's seat, which is exactly where you want to be. Another example, why do you X? You can respond with, wait a minute, you're just not out kicking tires. Are you? Can you see yourself in this role? For example, somebody says, why does the client require a degree? You might simply respond with, wait, you're just not out kicking tires, are you? Can you even see yourself in this role? That reframing, that repositioning it on them, it's going to do wonders for your career and for your interviews. Number 4, I want you to deliberately misinterpret what the candidate says. They say, why are you asking me about my salary? You can respond with, look, I know you're trying to get this interview over as quickly as you can, but this is all necessary to get to the next step. Let me scroll through my notes here. Number 5, I want you, and we already talked about this, completely ignoring what the candidate said. Why are you X? So what's going, and they ask you, why are you asking me about money? You can simply respond with, so what's going on with your current project? What's your specific role in that team? What's your contribution? What obstacles are you running into? How are you solving these obstacles that you're running into? You can just move right on to your next question and ignore the question they asked you. Number 6, throw it back on them. Here's a common one. Just send me the job description. Now, I'm going to give credit to Jared Wilson and GTN for this one. You simply respond with, all of them? You want me to send you all 634 job descriptions? I mean, I can, but why would you want them? Again, that puts you back in control of the conversation. This is where you want to be. And the last one, number 7, if the candidate doesn't stop trying to take control of that interview away from you, now this is the last ditch effort. You only do this after you've tried at least a couple of these other 6, is just to say, listen, I can tell it's real important to you that you feel this is the right situation. So you're right. Congratulations. You won. By letting the candidate win in a situation like that, you actually win. They're going to know what you're doing. You just have to have the guts to do it. Maintain that control. Control is everything in the interview process. I'm going to come back next Monday. We're going to go over even more tips on how to manage control, how to put you in the driver's seat with every candidate. This has been Deep Recruiting. We're bringing this to you every Monday, just a short little clip that you can use to build your skills, build your experience, and build your bank account. That's what we're about. If you've got questions, please email us at deeprecruiting@teamgtn.com. That email address is in the notes section. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got a specific question, we'll put it on the air. We're not going to say who it is. It's all going to be confidential, but we'll address it. And the greater the challenge, the harder the question, the more excited I'm going to be to manage it for you. This has been Deep Recruiting. Please leave us a comment, give us a like, give us a share. We appreciate you. Have a great selling week, everybody. Make some money and make all of your customers proud. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.